There is no other place you'd rather be than here with us on the Daily Huddle. And I welcome you. So grateful that you're here. There is something that goes like this. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, did the tree really fall? Well, on the Daily Huddle, we love to say that the way you start your day gives you the rest of your day. The way you live this day gives you the rest of your life. And I'm saying, well, if we're having this conversation and you're not here, are we really having a conversation? So I'm grateful that you're here. I can't wait to sink our teeth into this question with Marc Hamm. Are you working in your passion? And to lead the way, I'm going to read you a quote from Harriet Tubman. It goes like this. Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars, to change the world. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wherever you're listening, today is your day to ask yourself this question. Are you working in your passion? And while the question is straightforward and simple, it evokes something and really causes each of us to confront the very question itself. I'm asking you, are you working in your passion? But before we go there, let's wake up and anchor ourselves together with our questions on the Daily Huddle. Good morning, Andrea.
Good morning, Zarel.
I want to continue the streak, so I'm coming right to you to say, how are you? And who are you going to hug today?
I love it. I am the way I say I am, and I am powerful. This week was all about powerful. And who am I going to hug today? You know it. Myself first. Big.
And who else?
Let's think about it. I don't know. I'm just going to focus on myself today.
I don't know. I need to send you an email, schedule a meeting, and steal one from you.
Yeah.
Welcome, Andrea, and thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Chase. Chase, what time is it?
The time is now. Right now.
Right now. And in this moment, there's only one place anyone could be, even if you're in New York City. Jacqueline Kennedy, where are you?
I am actually right where I'm supposed to be today, in my home office, right here on the Daily Huddle for once, right here in New York City. Woohoo!
Right here, it is now, and you are the way you say you are. Happy New Year, everyone. You know, until January 31st, we're entitled to continue to say Happy New Year to each other. So it is with excitement, pleasure, anticipation that I introduce my friend Marc Hamm to you. I promised him that I'd say, ladies and gentlemen, Marc Hamm. He goes, no, Sorrel, you have to read the darn script. So here we go. Just the tip of the iceberg. Marc Hamm once worked on Wall Street in New York City. He now resides in Atlanta, Georgia, and is happily married with one son and one grandson. I'm assuming one spouse. Marc Hamm is an entrepreneur. He grew up in the shoe repair shop. His father is a retired entrepreneur, 31 years in business. His brother is an entrepreneur, 35 years in business. Marc now is on his fourth business. Marc, I don't care what you say, you are from the Caribbean. Pro Web Firm is his current business, 18 years in business. Break a Leg Talent, his second business. In talent management, 11 years in business. Team Hamm Group, residential and commercial real estate, 3 years in business. And last but not least, Fashion Mojos, gifts for her and him. Marc is a serial entrepreneur and a man who knows to take his passion and transform it into something that makes money. And he's here to share that with us. Marc, good morning. Welcome back to the Daily Huddle. About 400 episodes ago, you were here, man. I'm so glad you're here.
Hey, Sorrell, man, I'm glad to be back with my Daily Huddle family. I love this place. I miss it. And I'm just glad to be here to share. Well, let's jump right into it, y'all. All right, I'm Marc Hamm, and I'm from the old school. I grew up in the shoe shop. My father is a retired shoe repairman, as Sorrell said, 31 years. And I was that little kid sitting in a chair in the shoe shop while Pops was working on shoes and my brother was working on shoes. And I was the bag man. I'd bag up the shoes, or when people come in, I'd go get their ticket and get the bag. Maybe even Pops let me ring it up on that old cash register, you know. And I just did my part. I swept up, I ran errands, and I had no idea at the time what was in store for me by just sitting and paying attention and absorbing it. I absorbed customer service skills. My father would tell the people, hey, your shoes will be ready Tuesday at 2 p.m. At 1:50, he was dusting them off, making sure they were polished and shined up, sitting there on the counter. So when they walked in, they were ready. He is a man of integrity. When he told you he was going to do something, he did it. And I watched this day in and day out. I watched him read people as they came in the door. He would know all about them as soon as he pick up their shoe and look inside. If a woman had a dusty shoe, he knew she didn't keep a clean home. And some of everybody came in and out that shop and taught me little tidbits for my whole young life. I learned about business firsthand, and it's just priceless. My brother started his business in that same shoe shop, and he's now grown on to 35 years in business doing Greek paraphernalia. Well, I got to tell y'all something. I never imagined that I would be working in my passion. And today we're going to talk about working in your passion. And I want to ask you, are you working in your passion? Are you that's listening to me, are you working in your passion? A lot of people work a 9 to 5 that they hate, and they do it just to pay the bills. They do it because, you know, they got a spouse they got to take care of, or a house they got to take care of, or a kid that they have to take care of. And they leave their job and they like, oh, I don't ever want to come back again, but they got to go back tomorrow and the next day and the day after. And I was that same person. I used to work on Wall Street. And I remember I could hear my manager's footsteps coming, and I'd be like, I could say it now because I don't work there. I'd be sitting there about half nodding off, and I hear him coming. I'd be, hey, yeah, Bob. Yep, I got that report. I'm sending it over right now. Thanks, Bob. Yep, have a good one. Hey, manager, how you doing? And that was my routine there. I hated that job, but I learned a lot. Well, I want to talk to y'all about working in your passion. So let me ask you a few questions. Are you doing what you love to do? And it's a simple yes or no. Would you work for free doing what you love to do? Are you driven to do it? Meaning you stay up all night long, you do it when you're supposed to go somewhere else, you stay home and do that, or you're working on it when you're not supposed to? Is it your calling or a special skill that you're sharing? You should ask yourself these questions, because I do. I ask myself these questions when I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning working on this idea that I have, this project that nobody else believes in. And I got to tell you the story about Fashion Mojos. Fashion Mojos actually started 10 years ago. It's not a new business. It used to be called Mojos Intimates. And Mojos Intimates was focusing on lingerie, perfume, and cologne. And I even had a business partner, Jacqueline Kennedy, and she's up in New York, I'm down in Atlanta, and we would find products and ship them out. And the business just never took off like it should have. We had all kind of pitfalls. The product people, the distribution wasn't there, or they were out of the product, or they just didn't let us know. It just didn't work out. We never built credit, business credit, and you know you need business credit in business. Never got it going. We had the EIN number and all that good stuff, but it never could sustain itself. The logo was half done, the website. I had maybe 4 different websites for Mojos Intimates. One got hacked, one crashed, one looked horrible. It just never clicked. Well, over a period of time, I sat and I just thought about the business. And I kept saying, when people would say, how many businesses you got? I would never say 4. I would say 3. But in my mind, I was saying, yeah, I got a 4th one, but it just ain't working, you know? And so I failed. I'm not ashamed to say it. I failed. I had a business that didn't work out, and that's not like me. Anything that I do and I have a passion for, I'm going to get it and make it happen and be a success. Even if it only makes $1, I can still be successful. Well, this business over a span of 10 years just flopped. Well, I had been sitting for a year thinking about it, writing stuff down, doing research, helping other people build successful e-commerce sites. And it came to me one day, you should change the name. What do you really want to do? What's really your passion? And I'll tell you my passion with another story. When I was a kid, my mom bought me these clothes called Geranimals, where they had the matching hangers. And I was a young kid, 5 years old, 6 years old, and I dressed myself because I'd go in there and I just get 2 hangers that match. You can't go wrong, right? And I think that was the beginning of my fashionable eye. I'd love to dress myself. I love to check out fashion. I'd watch fashion shows, and I watched the men and women go up and down the runway. And I started watching trends of clothing, trends of product. And all of this just added up to this past year when I said, you know what? I'm gonna give Mojos Intimates one more try. But this time I'm gonna expand the product line. I'm gonna market differently. And I'm gonna do all the products that make me move. I've been buying products for gifts for people over the years. All those products are at Fashion Mojos. So here's how it got started. My cousin Marvin, and I can talk about him now. Cousin Marvin calls me and says, hey, Mark, next week is my wife's birthday, and I don't know what to get her. What we gonna get her? And I'm like, what we gonna get her? That's your wife. Well, he says, well, you know, I need help, man, you know. So I said, I know, I got you. I said, at least you gave me a week to work on it. So I find out his wife's size, her favorite color. I go out shopping, send it to her with his name on it, send him the bill. She's happy with the product. He sees her happy, he's happy. He sends me my money, I'm happy. That's actually how Fashion Mojos birthed. It started by helping people. Another time was my neighbor, my fireman neighbor, and I could talk about him, they're probably watching right now. My fireman neighbor, he goes to work every day. He's not necessarily the romantic type. He's a worker. He works night and day, every day, you know, and his wife said, this year for Mother's Day, don't get me the same gift you've been getting me for years. And she meant it. So me and him were talking. I said, hey, if you need some help, I'd be glad to help out. He's like, yeah, man, I need all the help I can get. And so we put together a gift basket. Her favorite color is yellow. We put soaps and bath bombs and loofah and perfume. We even made it a mixed CD and put in there in the basket, wrapped it all up nice. And I even wrote instructions, said, run us some bath water, put the rose petals around the bath, put this soap in the tub, make it all soapy. And when she's done, wipe her down real good and use this lotion here and put this CD on, you're in there. Don't you know he told her, Mark told me to do this, Mark told me to do, like, you're not supposed to say that. But that is Fashion Mojos. We became a personal shopper for people who are challenged. And we still do it to this day. You can call us directly at the website and say, hey, I need help, or you can email us, or you can text us, and we'll help. So we birth all these different products. And I'm not going to name them all, but some of the products include books. We have some writers that I'm very close to, Jacqueline Kennedy, Dr. Linda Chin, who have written books that I value. I put those books up. We even sell on Amazon.com and Walmart.com. I knew we were going down the right path this time because doors started opening. I told you before, Mojos Intimates didn't have credit. Well, Fashion Mojos has a whole lot of credit, and we needed it to purchase a bunch of different products and stock the whole shopping cart. So I put it together back in October, and I would send it to people and say, hey, check it out, give me your feedback. And the main thing they kept saying were, you can stand and put some more products in there. And I put some more products in there, and the next person would say, you can put some more products in there. And so we have all these different products in there, from gift baskets, sheets, perfumes, cologne, clothing for women, calendars, books, and many more. I can't go on to name them all. But today I am so happy to launch fashionmojos.com, not for the money, but for the passion. It's what I've always wanted to do. You know, I've been trying to do it for 10 years, but this time I was strategic and I did the research. I'm still doing research. It takes days and months. People say, do you have this product? No, but I can get it. And I'll go do the research, find my vendors, find the styles, the sizes, put them in there and advertise. I gotta tell you.
So
I gotta tell you one thing before you say that, Sorrel. If you don't have your fashion together, go to fashionmojos.com and get your mojo back. What you gotta say, Sorrel?
oh my God. When it comes to passion in business, mostly, I think, including myself, people live in this world where it's one or the other, either or. It's either I'm working in my passion and I'm not making money, or I'm making money and I dread working. So I think what could be cool right now is to open it up and hear from you, who's here or on Facebook. Are you working in your passion? And how are you dealing with the dichotomy and the pull and tug that's always there between passion and making money? And I think through the questions, Mark, you'll get an opportunity to continue to express your passion. And through your example, people will get to work in their passion if they're not. So raise your hand, chime in. Let's dig into this. Chase, you are up first.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, man. Great to meet you. Great energy. I feel it. You're a tribe member. I can feel it. Yeah, I've been working in my passion for 25, almost 30 years. So I speak your language very, very well. And all I have to say is, yeah, working in your passion is amazing. I do get up in the middle of the night and feel myself on stage in front of thousands of people. And I do get up in the middle of the night thinking about what I'm going to do the next time I'm there and this, that, and whatever. The interesting thing, though, the only challenge that I have in life with my passion is that it's so interesting how people treat you, or when they ask about your passion and they're not in their passion. They'll say, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a vocalist and I'm a podcaster and I teach people. So what do you do? But I just told you what I did. And I have these conversations with people, and some of them will even break it all the way down and say, but what do you do for work? And I say, I don't work, I play. And they go, oh, okay. Because that mindset tells, I believe, the largest majority of people, you have to have a job. You have to work. You have to have some benefits. You have to have the plan B. You got to, what are you doing? Kind of thing. So I just wanted to say that because I think it's all so entertaining when people do that. And this is my topic, so I'm going to shut up now because I can talk about this for another hour. Thanks, Mark.
Chase.
Chase, man, I appreciate your comments, and that is true. People will ask you what it is you do while they're working a 9 to 5, and they once had a dream to do something, but it got locked in a closet or pushed to the back, and they got kids and they're married, and they just gave it up, and they're not able to follow their passion or follow what they want to do and enjoy what they do while making money for their household. And Chase, man, you need to consider yourself blessed because not a lot of people get to play and enjoy what they do. I applaud you, man, and make sure you invite me to some of that good music you're playing.
I'll be connected with you. Don't worry.
But the main thing you said, Chase, was you believed in yourself enough
Right.
to chase your passion and don't listen to other people. Go do what you do. Go ahead,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Mark, guess what? You may have the opportunity to hear some of that music right here on the Daily Huddle. More to come on that. CC, your hand was up, so go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me or is it quiet back there?
We can
No,
hear you.
loud and clear. You're good.
Yay. I really like that. I'm in the process of identifying my passions. And I liked when you shared about it took like 10 years before one of the businesses got off. So that gives me some encouragement because I do like to help people. And my passion is to do all the fun things, all my hobbies. That means I love baking, I love skating, and I love travel. So I'm looking to do all of that all in one and be prosperous at it. I'm not to the point where it's prosperous yet. And I just think I'm just going through the developmental stage. So thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm encouraged.
Thank you. And Miss Cece, you should be encouraged. And I got to shout out a friend of mine, Judy Rodriguez, out in Miami Beach, Florida, who is working a day job and got good pay at a job, but she still talks about her passion, which is yoga. And she won't get out there and push that yoga like she wants to. Is it being afraid? Is it pitfalls? Is it sitting back? And so CC, ask yourself, why am I holding myself back? Just do it. You know, if you got that passion and you know what you want to do, write it down first, because you tend to do what you write down. And do the research, read a book, watch a video, take a class, and learn about the business side of it, business credit, registering your LLC, and get out there and do it. Stop talking about it. Our days are numbered. I just got to be real with y'all. You don't know what tomorrow has planned for you. So you need to do it today. Stop putting off tomorrow. Go ahead, Saray.
Mark, thank you. Let's go to Jamie. Jamie, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for the invite, Mark, to the huddle here. So I love working in your passion. So let me ask you guys a question. Where is the richest place on earth? The richest place on earth is the grave, because that's where everybody is buried and all their ideas went to die. And so think about how many people didn't walk in their passion that have an idea for something. Probably the cure for cancer, the cure for AIDS, and all sorts of inventions that would make things better, but people just operated in fear that they couldn't go out and do it because they're so programmed that we have to have a job, or we have to have this, or we have to have that, like what Chase was talking about earlier. So, you know, I've known Mark for a long time now. And that's one thing he does. He's passionate about everything he does. I know people say, oh, you got this. How do you do so much? But he loves everything he does. Whenever you talk with him, he loves what he does, And so I just say, don't be scared to go out and live in your purpose, live in the purpose that you've been created for. You may think and you're going to have different journeys. Wise man once said, there's a time and a season for everything, right? And so we go through times and seasons where we may be working on one thing and may go to another thing, but just encourage you, just go after. If God has put something on your heart, it's there for a reason, and go for it.
Thank you, Jamie.
What'd you say, Jamie? Don't be scared.
Don't be scared. That's right. Don't be scared. It's not.
Amen, Jamie, man. I received that. You got to go after what's been given to you, your gifts, talents, and abilities. They're God-given. Go and chase them and explore them to the fullest.
Don't let them die.
Good morning, Peter.
I should have done Peter's intro.
Good morning. Good
My brother
here.
from another mother and father, my beef patty sharing brother, my 8 jobs working brother. What's up, Peter James?
Man, I tell you, it's a pleasure to be here, guys.
Yeah, man.
And interesting, Cyril. Mark was the one who introduced me to the Daily Huddle about 3 years ago, and I've become addicted. And thanks again, Mark, and thanks for the platform that you guys have produced here. And there are a lot of takeaways, but the one I want to take away today, as a Jamaican, I understand that you kind of have a close alignment. Cyril kind of alluded to that when he said he must be from the Caribbean. You got like 3 job man or 4, but it's a prerequisite. And don't tell nobody I said this, but if you're a Jamaican and you don't have 3 jobs, you're lazy. That's how the concept is. So they pile them up. Having said that, you talked about working for free if it's something that you do, and that's where your passion is. And Jamie talked about the richest folks. I try to get to the rich folks before they get very rich. And it's kind of interesting that the passion that you bring to it, brother, I mean, it's glaring, and I admire that. And I want to latch on to it and take it out, take it to the max. But thanks for sharing what you did and the concepts that are sound and we're going to be working on. All right. Good job.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for saying yes to Mark and being here as part of the family. We've got a couple of minutes left, and there is Jacqueline Kennedy.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm so happy to be here today, and definitely so proud of everyone here. I'm especially proud of my man, Mr. Marc Hamm. He definitely does live in his passion. He pushes everyone to live in their passion, pushes me to live in my passion. It's tough sometimes, but it's tough sometimes to definitely step out there on faith and live in your passion and do exactly what you want to do. But I thank Mark for everything that you do. I thank you for living in your passion, which assists me also to try to live in my passion even more. Thank you, and thank you, Cyril, for having this platform.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And Mark, I'd love for you to end on this note with us. There's the tendency for a human being to feel bad or even make themselves wrong if they, say to themselves that they're quote unquote not working in their passion. Like, I'm settling for something less than a phenomenal life because I'm not living in my passion. Now, is there a space that you've experienced where people can actually live in their passion while their passion is not how they make money and still find the integrity to actually have what they do to make money be something that doesn't drain them and debilitate them? What do you want to say about that? And I know that's probably, as Monica wants to say, a sermon for another Sunday, but what do you say to that as your final comment for today?
All right. Short version is go and work your day job and then take whatever minute you've got left at the end of the day and dedicated to your passion. And I'll give you an example. I didn't build Fashion Mojos overnight. I built it 5 minutes at a time. I would take 5 minutes out of my day at the end of the day, and I'd write stuff down of what I wanted to do. I planned. I wrote down what kind of products I wanted to put into effect. I saved $250. And I took that money out of my savings and sent it to the business to get it started. You've got to carve out seconds, minutes, just to work on your passion. And I heard someone say a long time ago, if you worked 15 minutes a day on what it is you want to do, 6 months, a year down the line, you would have accomplished a lot. And so that's basically what I'm telling you. You don't have to quit your day job and go do your passion. You can work your day job. You just need to dedicate and be consistent day after day of working on what it is you want to do. And I want to leave you with this statement. When it's your time to pursue your passion and work in your passion, doors will open. And I'm going to repeat that. When it's your time to pursue your passion, doors will open. I know those doors have opened for me, and I'm kicking the door down and I'm busting through and I'm giving it everything I got with a crack in the door. That's my mentality, because I've been sitting idle. Who was it? Who was the woman that said she had been working on her stuff? Was it Sophia or Janice?
Cece.
Cece. You know, Cece, I've been sitting idle for a long time. And when given the opportunity to do it the way I want to do it, I'm ready. And when it's your time and it's your calling, things will come together. And don't worry about what didn't come together yesterday or what pitfalls you have. That means you're just learning what not to do. So take it from me. Follow your passion and be happy with the results. The results shouldn't be what's driving you. You shouldn't say, well, I need to do this to make $1 million. You should do it because you love to do it. And I love to do what I do. And I don't listen to other people's distractions or disappointment or oh, I used to play an instrument, but I work this day job now. That's you. I'm gonna go follow my passion regardless of society and the stigma of you need to do this, to do that, to do this and do that. I don't follow that grid. So do your own thing, Cece, Fareed, Andrea, Jacqueline, Judy, everybody, do your own thing and be happy with the results, whatever they are, but at least you're working in your passion.
And when is the time to work in your passion? In true form at the Daily Huddle, the time is always
Right now.
right now. Thank you for being here. This is your huddle for today. We're here every weekday morning, Monday through Friday. On Monday, Zach and Kimberly Odie will be here for Money Matters. Have a phenomenal weekend. And remember these 8 things. Love. Love the people you want to hate. Laugh. Laugh out loud. If you can't laugh, have somebody tickle you. And when they do, roll on the ground and let it all out. Stress less. Jamie pointed to the wealthiest place in the world. Every single one of us will go there. And the time to live is now. So stress less. Eat so that you can feed your body the energy you need to go for your passion. Eat mostly plant-based, we say. Give. You know what? You may accumulate a whole bunch, but the only riches you can take with you to the grave are your intentions, nothing material. So give. Sleep. Yeah, get some rest. And then stand up and shake what your mama gave you. And whenever you think you've got it all together, check your assumptions. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I love you. Johanny loves you more. Welcome to the Daily Huddle. Thank you for being here.
Shout out mom and dad, my father-in-law. Thank y'all for coming, Jacqueline. Man, appreciate y'all. Jamie Parker, man,
Awesome
appreciate you as
seeing
always.
guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend.
Have a good
Thank you,
day.
everybody. Make it
Bye.
an awesome
All right.
weekend.
And
Be
check
blessed.
yourself before you wreck yourself.
You
Love
wreck
it.
yourself.
Don't wreck
Okay.
yourself.